Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the training day 4. Can you believe already? This is going so quickly, and I'm enjoying every single one so far. It's been so insightful and wonderful to, be back with you again and to sharing some tips on marketing and MLCI today. Welcome wherever you're from. Please type in the chat. I can't see all the rooms. I can just see the English room, but welcome to all of our international community as well. Wherever you are in the world, we welcome you, and it's lovely to have you with us. We have the beautiful Mila Sergikova as well with us standing by. She'll be sharing today as well. And it's great to see people from London. Hello, Ruta. Hello, Chris from Brisbane, Vegas. I see Bob's here as well. Laura's here from Latvia as well. Great to see you all and welcome. And for everybody else joining as well in the other rooms, it's wonderful to have you. So today we're going to be covering off marketing, particularly for MLCI, which is our favorite topic, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you love MLCI. Put a 2 if you're new here and you'd like to get some more knowledge and some new insights and information today. And that way we can target this presentation for you as well. Beautiful. We've got 1s and 2s in the English room, so that's lovely. Lovely to have new people, and we welcome you and we look forward to working with you. It's so exciting. My name is Sharon Fairfall. I have been around this community for 6 odd years now, and really developing my skills as a global online entrepreneur has been a great journey and a wonderful adventure for me. And a lot of the training that I've had through the Academy of the Private Investor and through our community has really enabled me to build my confidence as a presenter and a speaker, and to start to create projects and be a top leader in my region, Australia, Oceania, and really just wonderful opportunity to grow, to add value to other people's lives, but also, gaining new skills and new insights and becoming a better version of yourself as well. Of course, I am a dedicated wife and mother of 3, also a proud grandmother now. We have a little baby boy to our fold, which we're so blessed and so grateful for. So share a little bit about yourself throughout the training today. Give us some feedback of who you are, who you are now and who you want to be and where you're going in this journey. This is a safe place. It's a small group. It's a very boutique training course, if you like. And we have an opportunity for you to be seen, be heard, and do share. Don't be shy. We want to get to know you well, and we want to be able to work alongside you and, link arms. Let's create this amazing new economic evolution of the world that we have together. And it's so wonderful. Let's go to the next slide and we'll start our training for today. But firstly, a quick disclaimer. So for those of you who are here for the first time, may not have seen this, or perhaps you're watching live via YouTube, or you're watching the recording, do be aware that you do need to take personal responsibility as well. Don't substitute this training for professional, financial, or legal or business advice. Of course, we'll cover some of those things, but we're giving you general advice and general knowledge, really to arm you and equip you to then go and do your due diligence and your training and find your A team and all of that. It's very personalized to you at the end of the day. So, we'll cover different aspects and different topics, but really just trying to give you some valuable insights and some strategies and outcomes that will help you to build your particular environment. And there's some struggles sometimes in market conditions and economic variables, depending on where you are in the world, what's happening in your world. Maybe there's some crazy days for you, but we all work together and look to navigate them safely in a safe environment as well. So always consult a qualified professional. Find your A team, who's going to be on your team, who you're going to be working with into the future. And, if you find good people, lock them in and treat them well, and they'll be good to you as well. Let's go to the next slide. So today we will do a bit of feedback. So I'm looking for a volunteer we'll do a little bit of an interview style, sharing some of your aha moments from the previous session. So if you were here in the previous session 1, 2, or 3, and you would love your claim to fame, your 5 minutes on camera, put your hand up, don't be shy, and we can call you out. And we can get you to give a bit of a feedback. So does anybody here like to volunteer? Don't all rush me at once. I'm sure there's somebody in the room. Don't be shy. Or shall I pick on somebody? Shall I call somebody out? I can't believe nobody's volunteering. I thought, guys, come on, girls, be the first to put your hand up. Don't be shy. This is your chance, to speak up and to be heard and to be seen and to have, your 5 minutes of fame. Yes, Bob had his 5 minutes of fame. Woohoo. Well done, Bob. Also, I had my 5 minutes of fame as well. Who else? Who else would like to share? I can only see the English room. So do we have anyone in other rooms? Is there anyone in Italian or Russian or what other rooms do we have? We have Vietnamese. If our translators could let me know, because I can only see the English room at the moment. Is there anyone?
Hello, Sharon.
Oh, we've got Chris. Chris, I didn't see your hand up there. Okay, hi, Chris.
No, because some reason the settings wouldn't go out, and then I did something else and I got it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. Yeah, I'm Chris. I don't know if for some reason I can't get the camera on. Don't know why. Which is good, I suppose. Lack of sleep. I look terrible. Yeah, I'm Chris. What's that? Join as panelists. Do I have to put that blue sign, hit it?
That's if you wanted to put your camera on, Chris. You can join as a panelist to put your camera on, but having trouble with your camera there, or just go ahead. Go ahead. So introduce yourself firstly. What's your first and last name? Where are you from? And what is your rank in the company? Oh, I think we've lost Chris. Are you there, Chris? Maybe we have somebody else.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yep.
Oh, yes, yep. Yes. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Technology.
There we go.
Okay. Yep.
Beautiful. We can see you as well.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. My rank in the company is vice president. When I went to Belarus with yourself and 70 other people from Australia, Malaysia, I think in Singapore, I saw at that time I was manager, but there was the highest level was the next rank, and I set a goal to be at the next rank at the next eventi. Unfortunately, I didn't hit that goal. I passed it, and I hit vice president.
Well, that's more fortunately.
So that was a dream.
Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay. So I've been involved with the company a little bit less time than you, Sharon. I even remember the exact date and the exact time when I joined the company. That I was that excited when I joined.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've interviewed 3 people for the homework.
Okay, great. Well done.
Yeah. My brother put his put some again. I'm looking for a buddy. I put my hand up, and then he disappeared. So I rang him twice in Dubai, but he must be in meetings, and I left a message. So I said, I'd love to interview you, because interviewing like the top person in a company is just it'll be amazing. So then I got a hold of.
So we're talking about Armand's Munyats, everybody. I'm sure everybody knows.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Armand. And then I left a message with Miller, so I knew she was busy. And who's the next person I have to have on the rank was my busy young brother, Ian Birch.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so I interviewed Ian, and what I got out of to make it short, yeah, definitely relationship is very, very important, extremely important. But we don't like the word recruit. I love when I first joined the company, they said you're a mentor. Now, mentor means once you join someone, you should hold them by the hand until they're ready to go out by themselves. So I love the word mentor. Recruit in different languages has a different meaning. So it's not really a good international word, but mentor, I love it. I love mentor. So when I interviewed Ian, that was one thing we both brought up was the word recruit.
More
But
about the
Ian
relationship.
has a
Yeah.
very I love Ian's relationship with his team. He at one stage before he gets super busy with his EPU project with young Aiden, he used to have training every Saturday over his house, and you didn't have to be in his team, and you're the family. And I went over once because I sort of like really new into being a little bit level higher than what I used to be in another company. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know the nuggets, and I learned a lot from Ian. His relationship with people. One, he'd been talking to one of his friends. His name was David, and David really went through like a fine code because Ian had built a good sized team, and they introduced to Aiden, who was at that time helping Valentine with GUP. So they needed a great system. And because he was so happy about it, he said, oh, by the way, you're the right guys for our project we're doing. And that's how the EPU was born. Now, had Ian not have a good relationship with David, we wouldn't be doing EPU now.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Wow, that's
relationship,
amazing, Chris.
yeah, the relationship is so important. And
So
I
your
know
aha
Ian's got
moments,
good
what are your
relationship.
aha moments from that?
Oh,
So
the aha moments
relationship,
of yesterday.
mentorship.
The aha moments is just Miller's passion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sent this video to a few of the older members, and they said, "Oh, we've done this training before," but I said, "No, this is different, fine tuned." And
Mm-hmm.
so they started looking at it because I encouraged them to look at it.
Of course, yes.
I wouldn't have no for an answer, and they go, "Aha! Wow,
Aha!
this is
You got aha
very
moments.
interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting. This is done different and can feel even more passion. Like, how can you have more passion yourself, Armand and Miller? But they felt it had more passion in it too. So yeah, so
Beautiful.
that was an aha that I got people who, because of the lateness in Australia, like it's 11 o'clock. Well, in
Yeah.
Sydney it's 11 o'clock, and in New Zealand
But a
it's
good
like
thing is, Chris, they can
1:02
watch
in the
the
morning.
recording. So the good thing is it is
Exactly, that's why
recorded.
I've sent. I average
But
about I sent about 20 copies out to my team and
well
other
done.
team members around the world. Now
So, Chris, what would you recommend to other participants that are in the training today? What are your best recommendations? Just to keep it short, because I know we're short on time.
yeah.
So, just
Okay,
quickly.
recommendation is look, when you sign someone up, don't let them. It's like baby steps for them. Get them to the training, do freeway calls. A lot of people don't talk about freeway calls. I've done plenty of freeway calls. And and once you feel they're, ready to go by themselves and they don't want to hold your hand anymore, but still keep in contact with them. always, once a week, and if they do something good, you see something on Facebook they're done, and they go, wow, that was amazing, and give them encouragement. Encouragement is so important, because it's a
Absolutely.
rocky road. It's a
That's
rocky road, and if
fantastic.
you have
Thank you so much,
great,
Chris. That was great. Great
no
sharing.
worries.
Thank you
Sorry, I
so
have to
much.
go.
You're always
Yep, at
willing
least you
to
saw
put your
my
hand
face
up.
today.
We
Yeah.
saw Chris. So I'll put some love in the chat for Chris. Thank you for sharing. I'm not sure if we have time for anyone else. I can't see anyone else with their hand up. So we might just quickly move along and get to our training. I'll finish the first part, and then we'll welcome the lovely Mila Serjakova to come and to train with us as well. So if we can go to the next slide, please. Thank you, moderators. So today, quickly, and our agenda will be understanding the sales funnel. If you've got some experience with sales funnels, don't be shy. You can share your findings in the chat as we go. We'll look at using social media to build your MLCI business. Of course, MLCI is slightly different, this unique model that we do have. And we'll look at the effective marketing strategies as well for a meeting, and we'll look at the meetings outlook as well, and get ready to make your 90-day plan. So we'll be taking action as well. So if we can go to the next slide. Remember to drink some water as you go along the way. Stay hydrated and make sure you've got lots of air in your lungs, and you've got taking some notes as well. Take some print screens so that you can remember all of these great tips and tricks that we're teaching you today. So understanding the sales funnel, it was John C. Maxwell who said, success in MLM is about creating a sales funnel that turns prospects into partners. And of course, we call them friends and sometimes family too. We love to welcome people into our community. So what is a sales funnel? It is a visual representation of the customer journey. You can see the graphic here, which is depicting that sales process from the initial awareness, or attraction, it caught people's attention all the way through the conversation. So that funnel metaphor is used because at each stage of the sales process, the number of potential customers is going to decrease. So initially you might get a great response, and then people will sort of wane off, and, they might find that this is not for them, or they don't have the startup fee, or, they particularly don't have an interest at the end of the day. They were just curious. Now that's perfectly fine. So, we want to create awareness, and you get kind of one shot to make a first impression. So, make it great, dazzle people. I like to use in my posts, I like to use the filters, with the sparkly stars. I think that is eye-catching and attracts people's attention when I'm creating reels and things like that. Creating interest, like you might give it a particular hashtag, or you might tag somebody, a mentor to you in that post, and people are interested because they know that person, and it adds some value to the post as well. And then, what are the desires? What do people want? You need to be able to target your funnel to their desires. So if they're looking for, what are they looking for? You want to be able to market directly. And of course, you always need a call to action as well. So you must always include a call to action in your marketing, and it might just be, PM me for more details, call this number, click this link, go to this website. There's some sort of a point of contact that they can take action, and then you can start to filter through those ones and the people who have actually taken action. Does that make sense? Anyone want to add some valuable insight? Please share in the chat as we go. I would love to hear your feedback too. Let's go to the next slide, please. Unfortunately, I can't read. Is that Vietnamese? I'm sorry, I can see people are writing in the chat, but I can't understand the Vietnamese. If you could translate to English, that would be great. So let's have a look at the traditional business sales funnel. And we're looking at the example of a hairdresser comparing to a perfume example. We have the lovely Everscent product in our range, and we have the MLM or MLCI sales funnel. And so we want to potentially create awareness. So in a traditional business, customers could find a salon, a hair salon, through advertising on TV, radio, or in the newspaper, in the local community paper, on the bulletin board, or a friend has got a great hairdo and they said, oh, you must use my hairdresser, he's fantastic. Things like that. Or perhaps they're searching online, they do a Google search for their local area, and then they start to look for people who are showcasing hairstyles on social media and some testimonials on their website. I do that, often. I'm looking at hairstyles and, I find interesting ones and I send them to my girls. I've got 2 girls. So try this, just for a bit of fun. But, something that's really interesting and catchy, and a lot of people do reels like that, and you can actually do that too. So, for example, if you were to do MLCI, targeting your potential customers who want to learn about the perfume through social media, you can also do events as well. You can do perfume testings or tasting, depending on how you like to say it, with your personal connections, your family, your friends, might be your community group or your church group. That's a lovely way to personalize it. It's so beautiful with the perfume that we have, because it is such a touch and smell. We have this beautiful product, the Eversent, the highest collection, which is the 8 samples in here. And, you can smell them, you can touch them, you can look at the box. It's very appealing, it's very attractive as well. And, making that emotional connection with smells and fragrance is so beautiful as well. Of course, you can do that on social media. You can invite people to seminars. You can do a video recording of yourself speaking at an event, or smelling the perfume or sharing the perfume with somebody, and invite some friends to have a bit of fun as well. And you can really make good fun of it as well. In a traditional business, to create interest, you might check out the services, the pricings, the reviews, to see if it's a good fit for you. You look at, their what's their range, what is the brand the hairstylists use, what's in their products, is it environmentally friendly? That's what I look for. I look for natural products that are not going to be damaging to my skin or my body, and also look at, other customers that go to that salon as well. I want to be able to see that other people are happy with that service as well. And of course, you want to check their availability. If they're so busy you can't get an appointment, that's not going to work for you either. So, they're kind of things you would do traditionally. But for interest in a sales funnel for perfume, for example, like our Eversent brand, we've got the lovely highest collection to share with everybody, giving them a sample. They can order a sample as well. They can, smell it, taste it if they want to, touch it, feel it. And it's such a lovely thing. So it's great that we have these tools within our community as well. We also have the 75 ml bottles, which, they're just delightful. I love the Everrich one. I'm wearing this one today, and it's really, really beautiful. So the bottles are high quality as well. So it's very attractive, attracting people's attention. They feel the bottle, they feel the quality of the product. They see it's so beautiful. It's got gold and diamonds and colors, and it's really a beautiful, beautiful, luxurious product. Let's go to the next slide. And so continuing on with a traditional sales funnel for a hairdresser, to make a decision, the customer will decide to book an appointment. They'll book a slot through an online booking system, or they'll call up the salon and make an appointment. Now, in our example for MLM or MLCI, they're going to make a decision to decide to purchase that perfume. And they might decide to buy it during a meeting, a live meeting, through your distributor's personalized link. You can send your link to somebody and they can register straight away. They can order it. They can pay for the delivery, have it delivered directly to their door. So they could be anywhere in the world, even if they're not in your local area. That's the beauty of our community, that we cover so many countries around the globe as well. Just particularly with our Eversent product, it is a select number of countries. So do check that it's available for you in your region before you order it as well. And so, we want to be able to duplicate ourselves, create a business and we want to encourage them to become distributors. But of course, they might just become a client, and that's okay too. They might, buy products for their family and friends for gifts, or they might decide to become a distributor and to do the sales part or sharing part as well. So fourthly, this is the best part, taking action. The customer becomes a paying client. Of course, they're going to enjoy their hair service being done and they're going to pay at the end of that. So it's a one-time, maybe, 5 or 6 times a year, ladies get their hair done, might be more. Generally for me, it's probably every 2 months. Some people might be different. They might get theirs done every week. I don't know, just depending. So in our particular case, taking action in MLCI with Evercent, they could make a purchase, potentially join in our community and start to promote the program for themselves. That's when we become the mentor. We start to mentor those people and teach them the business, teach them the skills of how to share and provide all of those support mechanisms in there for our new recruits or our new partners within our community. And of course, they may just buy the perfume as well and potentially, sign up for the business training and start their journey and start to build a career as a perfume expert. And of course, we have the training as well in our academy. You can become a perfume expert and you can do the course and learn all there is to know about perfume, which is lovely as well. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Please give me some feedback if that sits well with you or you want to add something. Yes, Bob, absolutely, creating residual income as well. So, of course, we're creating and duplicating ourselves as well. And so we're creating income streams for ourselves and for our team as well. Yeah, thanks, Chris, for the feedback. Thank you, Valiama. Yep, 100% got that. Beautiful. Thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So number 2, using social media to build your MLCI business. Now, we've covered a lot of this already, and so this is reinforcing what we've learned already in day 1, 2, and 3 already. And of course, we've got to understand the landscape firstly and start to drill down and target and be a bit more specific with who is your perfect client or who's your dream client that you want. And we've done a little bit of work on that already, if not in this course, in previous courses, and we may cover that in the future throughout this training, this boot camp as well, just to really drill down into how do you target the right customer for you. So you might want to use LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is more of a professional business platform. So you might have already potentially done the training for the perfume expert, and you now might like to put your certification on LinkedIn to say you've completed the course, you've completed the training, and you are now an expert, so to speak. Also in our back office through Coinset, there is some training as well to get you up to speed with the MLCI. You can become an MLCI professional as well. So you might put those training courses, accreditations on LinkedIn, and that way you're listing to your what your career is and shaping your brand and your identity of who you are. And so people can find you online as well and see if that's something they potentially want to connect and work with. For instance, if you're using Instagram, you could use visually appealing stories as well. So something that's a bit more eye-catching, maybe, something that's, sparkling, dazzling, moving, that kind of thing. For instance, on TikTok, a lot of people are doing dances on that. Amans has been sharing how he's created a TikTok account, and now he's trialing a new form of marketing, to see what new engagement he can get and what new audience he can find. And I'm sure you've got your stories as well, what's working for you, and please do feel free to type in the chat and give your feedback as well. So secondly, we're building your personal brand. So you're going to be sharing your testimonials, your success stories, your own personal journey in MLCI, and maybe creating that credibility, showcasing your expertise, where you've traveled in the world, what events you've attended. Recently we had the Vietnamese event, which was so beautiful, all the colors and beautiful landscapes, and most people of our top leadership attended that, and some of our partners around the world as well. They're beautiful pictures that you can share and videos that you can share to showcase your journey and showing your expertise as well. And of course, engaging with content creation as well. So looking for common groups to build trust and to engage as well. Now, don't be one of those people who go and spam groups. I manage a few groups myself, and I get new people in the group. I'm all excited that they're excited, that they want to, learn who we are and what we do. And next minute, bam, they spam the group with something. It's like, oh my gosh, out. We don't want those kind of people in our group. Of course, we want people to come in and join us and work with us and hold our hand and work alongside us. So don't be one of those people joining groups and just go and spam, because that doesn't go down well. But what you can do is you can find groups that offer the opportunity to share your business and to build awareness as well. So there's a lot of those groups around. I see Ian's putting in the chat, to know your product and recognize your target market is really, really important, and to drill down into your ideal client as well. Yes, Chris, leave nice comments on other blogs. That's a really lovely thing to do, is always compliment people, share happy memories and things like that too. If you traveled with somebody and a memory pops up on your timeline, you can share and tag that person and recreate the memory, to re-engage some of your team and maybe moved away or not so active. So yeah, that's a really, really good way to do it as well. So look for engaging content creation and find some creative ways around that as well. Let's go to the next slide. Thanks everybody for your feedback. It's really nice to see you typing in the chat. Okay, so also using social media to build your MLCI business. So number 4, leveraging community and networking. Now, this is where you do join the Facebook groups or the LinkedIn communities dedicated to MLCI, actively participate in the discussions and share your experience as well. Connect with potential partners and customers in there, and look for ways to add value. And Mila was talking about this yesterday, which is so important. Don't just be there, be there and do something. Go the next level, add some value, give some quality content, or give some comments and uplift people as well. That's always lovely to do. And then, of course, utilizing paid advertising. Now, you can structure, targeted campaigns. Now, this is another level of marketing, and kind of my background in marketing over the years has been in print media, radio advertising, film and television, placement, product placement into film and television, and also creating television commercial ads. You have to be very, very precise. You have to grab people's attention. It's a very good skill to learn to quickly get the best quality out there and to make it, snappy. People's attention span is very short these days. So we want something that's short, sweet, memorable, and is going to leave a lasting impression on that person. So they're the kind of things you would, if you're going to spend money on advertising, you would perhaps engage a professional to help you with that. Like if you're not skilled in that area, there are people who can help you to do those kind of things as well. So let's go to the next slide. How are we going so far? All good? Is this all sinking in, or is it too much or too little? Please let me know. Give me some feedback as we go. We've got a few do's and don'ts along the way, and we may have covered them already. So we'll just quickly go through these. And, what are some of the do's? Now, there might be something that's not on here. You want to add some value as well. And, firstly, being authentic. And I know this has been covered already in our trainings. And this is so important, sharing before and after photos of yourself using the product, or some personal stories of how it has benefited you, I know Ian's on the call and he's all about his EPU project as well, so he's always talking about things, about energy, how to save energy and things like that, finding interesting articles to share to engage the community as well. That's great. If you're the Red Pad Games person, you want to find interesting articles around gaming and try to attract that sort of thing, and if that's something you love to do and part of who you are, that's perfectly fine. That's a match made in heaven, so to speak. So be authentic. Provide value, of course. If you're selling health products, for example, don't be sick and dying because, people are not going to buy your product. They want to see you healthy and alive, and perhaps you want to share some tips and some healthy, insights, if it's a health product that you've got. And so really targeting around, what are you focusing on? What is your core value? If it's in the digital area, the GFST and Marnes and Miller are at the forefront doing these, and showing themselves as experts in this area, and they've qualified themselves by taking courses along the way. They're providing value now. They're giving back to people and creating little articles that are interesting, capturing people's attention. They're great role models to follow, our mentors that we have within our own community. And you might have some other ones that you like too, that you're following and learning from, and there's many out there. So this is a great way, is to provide some value. And then thirdly, engaging with your audience. If somebody's going to comment on your post, you want to make sure you reply quickly. Don't wait for weeks and weeks and weeks, because, that's kind of like, oh, that person's forgotten already that they posted there. So keep an eye on your social media. And the great thing to do with that is, you get notifications. So check your notifications once a day, and go through the list. Who's commented on your posts, who shared your posts, who liked your posts, all those sort of things. And you can do a quick response to those people. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. I hope that was valuable to you. Do you have any questions? Can I help you with something? Follow up with those people by engaging with those that are active on your social media as well. Of course, if they're negative ones, be careful how you manage those. They can sometimes be a bit tricky. We might do a special training just on that. Of course, use visuals as well. So if you're promoting a skincare product, use clear, high resolution before and after photos of customers using the product. We see a lot of them, online. They do look a little bit too good to be true, and potentially they're photoshopped, and you can pretty much see through those ones. You must be authentic. Don't go. We'll cover the don'ts in a minute, but you know what I'm saying. Like use good quality, be honest. And we covered a little bit of this yesterday in Miller's training as well. And then, of course, you educate yourself. So taking online courses, attending webinars, relating to articles, read more articles. For instance, myself, I've decided to do a digital marketing course this week. It's a 4-week course just to refresh my skills. Lots of things have changed in the industry since I was working as a marketing professional. And so I like to sort of, keep myself up to date and find new strategies and new energy so that I can share with my team and help to mentor and coach my team as well. So let's go to the next slide, and we're probably going to finish on this one, I think, what not to do. And I think these are pretty much common sense, but, we don't want to spam people. People don't like spam, myself included. If somebody's spamming me, I sort of think, I have a bit of a grumpy feeling. I don't feel happy about it. Like I don't want to engage with that person. I'd rather, just delete, and I look for quality that, people I can engage with. But of course, do not make any false claims. So this is really, really important. Don't go offering people return on investment in dollars and, guaranteed returns, things like that. We can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. We can only give general advice, and we want to make sure that people are taking their own due diligence and never participating with more than they can afford, things like that. These are really common sense, but sometimes need to be explained once again, so that people understand that, this is potentially a wonderful opportunity. Is it a fit for you? You can join for free, try it out. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. I remember when I started, I joined for free and it looked good. I thought I would test it with $10 and see if the payment systems work. If that all worked and that went through beautiful, and I got something of value for my contribution, I'm like, okay, great, tick. Next step. Don't go targeting people for $100,000. First up, you'll probably turn them away. It depends on your clientele, of course. Maybe if you're working in a different area of our community, the higher end, the top leaders, perhaps it's not applicable to. But, for newbies and for people, just getting started, and for people that are tweaking, their skills and developing their strategies, it's really important to, don't go too far too soon. Just say join for free. If you like it, send yourself an email. You can learn more about us. You can research it online. Make sure you, register at the right link, and that way you'll get all of the right information. You're not going to send somebody to Google and do a Google search on us. Sometimes there's propaganda, negative news out there, which can turn a customer away as well. We don't want that. We definitely want to target them into our funnel, which is to register for an account. They can then go through all of the terms and conditions in our account as well, and they can learn exactly who we are and what we do and what we don't do, and see if they're a good fit, because potentially we don't want the wrong customer as well, the one that are going to cause us problems and grief. So we want ideal clients, and we want to make sure we're transparent, we're upfront, they understand everything perfectly, everything's explained, we've overcome all their objections already, and they're ready to go. So of course, we don't want to focus solely on the selling. We want to make a friend. We want to engage those people as well. We want to post, not just images of the products with prices. We want to include some educational and engaging content as well, as we said on the previous slide, how to attract people. Definitely do not ignore the negative comments. If somebody is posting a complaint about the product, you can respond politely and offer to solve the issue privately. Potentially it's a support issue. You can direct that person how to log their issue with support. You can help them to fast track it if it's not resolved within 72 hours. And that way, you can help that person to go along to get along, so to speak. And so we overcome those objections. We answer their concerns. We help to solve their issues by directing them to the right department, which is in our case support. And they can get along quite quickly and keep moving forward and have a positive experience, right? And last but not least, don't underestimate the importance of networking. So we've covered this a little bit already. Miller talked about it again yesterday. Engaging with other distributors and potential customers, joining relevant groups, participate in discussions, connect with your community, be out there in the community, celebrating different events, different seasons in your community, and you can find some really great networkers within that, and some great clients and ideal customers in there as well. So some great feedback. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Monique. Great information. Ian, speak from the heart, not the wallet. Absolutely. I know Devin is very passionate about saying, mission before commission as well. And that's very, very true. If you're loving people and you're sharing value and you're creating a welcoming environment, you can't help but not attract the right people to your team. So great advice. Thank you, Chris. Relationships so important. Edelyn, really like this part. It's very important to listen to your partners. Absolutely. And we covered that yesterday as well. 2 ears, 1 mouth, use it in that proportion. Really listen, and provide quality feedback as well. And of course, there's no stupid questions. You're right. Well done. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. If we can go to the next slide, please. Thank you. And of course, now it is my great pleasure to welcome the wonderful Mila Sergikova, Mila is so lovely. She's always ready to work. She's always ready to put up a hand and say, you know, pick me. She'll do whatever needs doing in our community, which is why we've come so far. Mila is a representative of the President Council, professional multidisciplinary investor, all the courses and training she's done. She's got so much knowledge and so much wisdom, and she shares that on the global stages as an international speaker as well. Of course, she's been certified as a coach and a mentor and author of many trainings, including these ones, as well as a Genius of Finance host. And she is an entrepreneur and a businesswoman, a crypto enthusiast, and also a beautiful new mum, family lady. So welcome, Mila, if you're with us. It'd be my great pleasure to pass you the floor. If the host could give Mila the ability to turn on her camera, that would be amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the love and the feedback. Really appreciate all your comments and your participation. So just waiting for Mila to join in. I think she's asking for a host. Someone could, one of our moderators, could help Mila with her camera. That would be amazing.
Yes, thank you, Sharon. I hope somebody can give me access to camera. This would be good. Here I am. Thanks a lot for your amazing part. Thanks a lot for the volunteer and be the person who agreed to do this training with me today. You're always, you know, a star, and it's amazing to have people like yourself in our company that we're always ready to stand up and help. So really appreciate your part. Was amazing. I learned a lot. I have lots of notes taken every time. I think no matter how many times we know the topic, but when somebody's speaking, it's always on expertise and it's always something new. So thank you. Thanks for your sharing.
Beautiful. My pleasure. Thank you, Mila. I'm looking forward to your training.
Great. Welcome again to everybody. I will take over from next few slides. Today, as Sharon already mentioned, it's about MLCI marketing. And today skill is very important. If you have a look at the last few days which we've been through, and I would like to remind you all, there is a specific logic I put together in the training, so you are able with each day to go to a slightly next level. So we start with the day one when we talk about dreams and goal, and they are the foundation for the business, foundation for everything what is happening in our life pretty much. I have this reassurance, and I've seen so many proofs in my life that people who don't have a dreams or goals, they're not living their life on their terms. They're fulfilling the goals for somebody else. So therefore, goals and dream, this is fundamental. And I hope that people by now completed the homework of the day one. Please put plus in chat who actually worked and completed the day one homework entirely, because I think it's one of the core steps for the business MLCI and pretty much for your personal development as well, is that day one. Then we talk about day two, about effective communication. What do you need, what prerequisites you need to have for effective communication for you to be able to build a rapport, have an impact and powerful message, and to find the clients. And yesterday we look into relationship building, and we talk about invitation itself, how to start building relationships with the clients, what does it mean relationship, verbal and non-verbal communication. And we also went to a detailed presentation, which is the most important part of the business MLCI, is to know from where to take the clients and what to present with, to build a rapport, to build a relationships. And today we are in the number 4, and we now talk about marketing. So how you can market yourself, the opportunity, the business. And I don't know how in other rooms, but in our room we have Bob, who completed the first day homework. Huge thank and congrats, Bob, for this milestone. It's a big achievement. And myself, I also started to update my dream board, because I had the dream board a very long time and I completely forgot to update it. And it doesn't work like this. You don't do your dreams once. It's something like vibration and something moving forward, and it's important to update. Even if you have completed some tasks before, please make sure that you find the time to update them. And hey, we have a Laura as well who completed too. Thanks, Laura, for your commitment, and it's such a great result. And then I'm sure the day number 2 homework then also maybe completed already. Put number 2 of those who actually completed the day number 2 homework. Also cool. We have Chris, we have Bob again, Laura 1.5. Great. What about other rooms, other languages? How are you guys doing? And we have this chat for the reason to connect with you, to help you. So please do use and take advantage of the Telegram channel. If you have any questions or concerns about your homework or general about the course, we'll be happy to assist you. Awesome. Well, I have really good students in English room, and I'm sure in other rooms we also have star students who completed the homeworks. I've actually always been one of the star students myself. I love to study. I love to get myself into new courses. My mom sent me yesterday message about my star sign. I'm Gemini, so she sent the message for yesterday. It was Wednesday 1st of November, and it says like, today a Gemini probably looking for the new course. And believe it or not, I was yesterday looking for the new course, and I was laughing my head off. So it's good to have this hunger for knowledge and what we learning today, and we developing ourselves. This is amazing. So thank you guys for your commitment and to being here with us. So back to our topic, effective marketing strategy. So here we are. We already completed these milestones, and today we are on the marketing, and Sharon has shared with us, first of all, how to like, what is the sales funnel in general and why it's important to have a sales channel. I used to do this sales channels for myself to understand the conversion, and you don't need to be professional in order for you to put together a very complex channel. You don't need to have these skills. There are lots of plenty free software also on internet. So if you Google how to create sales funnels, you would be able to find a lot of free like software IT programs which can help you to create your sales funnel. I don't know if you know, but even like Facebook, for example, you can customize your Facebook business page in a way that you have automated message, that whatever the person is reply, you will reply them back automatically. There is an opportunity to do delay messages in both Facebook and Telegram as well. So there's so many things social media channels updating us with to make sure that we can use it better, so we can use it more functionally, and specifically for those who run in the business, for entrepreneurs. There are lots of free stuff available. Like for example, I do also use Calendly. Calendly, it's amazing instrument. I put in English, and please just copy it to other Zoom rooms. Calendly is amazing application to create a calendar. That's what the name is, Calendly. To create calendar which can be synchronized with your social media channels. It could be synchronized with your Facebook, with your calendar, and every time when I have a specific time slots available for the presentation, I can just send the person Calendly. I do use this a lot for Facebook, and this is one of my personal marketing strategy. So I do use instruments like Calendly in order to people to book appointments with me. So I will give them 2 slots opportunity. I will send them this link and they choose, and I can automatically see this in my calendar. The Zoom link also can be embedded, and it's amazing. We will talk tomorrow about the time management, and this is very big part of it. So use effective marketing instruments to really prioritize your time and to also be more organized. Because if you don't have a personal assistant, and majority of the people when they start the business, they don't have personal assistant, like links, all the systems like this, like Calendly or sales funnels, they really can help you a lot. So you don't longer need to reply on the message to every single person who connects with you on Instagram or Facebook. You can put settings, and the system, your account, will reply itself automatically. And this is cool. This is what we use as the power of social media channels to, yes, absolutely, Laura, to save the time, but also be more organized, because it's important to be organized. And if you're not taking this business as a full-time work yet, then you need to specify what hours are your working hours and make the most out of this working hours. And marketing instruments will help you and assist you to not add extra load, but to unload you, to have a certain instrument which will help you to reply, to convert, to create the interest on. There is also another company or another software. You can Google it. I don't have it ready for the slide, but I feel it's important to share with you, which you can go to and do your social media posts and plan 1 week in advance. So how this works? You go to this software, and it's absolutely free as well, and you just create your social media plan for 1 week. So you put your picture and you put the text, then you put the picture and text for Tuesday, you do exactly the same for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you click. And in 1 hour, it doesn't need to take many. In 1 hour you can create the content for entire week of your social media posts. How amazing it is. It can save a lot of time, because I, for example, sometimes I want to post, but I'm thinking, well, what shall I post about? Can you relate to this? Can you please put plus if you also had this, like, I want to post, but hey, what shall I put? And sometimes if I think in too long about what shall I put, I will end up putting nothing. And it's even worse. It's better at least to put something than put nothing at all. So yes, so therefore there are different apps can help to maximize social media. And thank you, Sharon. It's a great comment. There are also great application inside of the Coinset back office under Tools tab, and this is very good point. So if you go to the Coinset back office, click on Tools, and you will see the list of the apps which can help. And I believe the Calendly and this marketing app is also there, because it's important to use the instruments for marketing effectively, not just have a social media channel, but to make sure that, as Sharon already went through, what to do with this channel, and use tools to help you to be more productive and don't waste your time. Amazing. So now let's take a time and talk about the meeting itself. So meetings or presentation. I love the quote from this slide: your network is your net worth, from Portugal. In other words, the more value you add to the market, the more market pays you back. You probably have heard it many times already, this quote, and I will not be tired of repeating this. And in a bad time, in dark time, I always keep repeating myself. I know what value I bring to people. I know what value I can give to the market. So I will stay in my course because I understand my why. So therefore, in network marketing in general, there is also another saying, is have a look at your rank, at your status, and we can tell you how many people you help. And this is also very true. In traditional job, we have different titles. Probably we can start with them. Let's say if you give example of the sales department, we can start with the entry sales position like sales advisor. Then we can grow to sales manager. Maybe then we can grow to the regional manager, then to sales director, and maybe in one day we will be next to the CEO responsible for global sales, like VP of sales. But there are certain titles in traditional business which are there to tell position the person have in a business. Here we have exactly same. Here we have exactly same logic. In Coinset, we use MLCI, but in any network marketing company, it's always a marketing plan, and it's always ranks related to the marketing plan. So the higher your rank is, it actually means that you helped more people. You can grow in a network marketing only if you're helping people. So your rank is actually tell you what is your worth, how many people you help to achieve their ranks. That's why it's so important to understand the power of the marketing plan. And we specifically did not put the marketing plan in this session because on Saturday, after the presentation of the product, you will have MLCI training, which is our basic training where it will be explained what is MLCI, what is the marketing plan. And if you don't know what it is, then definitely make sure that you are there on Saturday. But people who attend this training, I hope that you're aware what is our marketing plan, and therefore start looking at your worth to the company based on what rank you have at the moment. And don't be sad if you have a lower rank yet, because we all started with something. I still remember the day when I had 0 people in my network. When I received the registration link, I went and registered myself. I opened back office and I was like, whoa, okay, what shall I do? I have 0, nobody. And today, having more than 300,000 people, it's massive. It's a massive growth. So therefore, if you're new to the company, then rank will help you to really be a good motivator to move forward and helping more people. But if you already been leader in our company and you already have a high rank, then please don't stop there. I know that we don't have rank resubmission, and in many network marketing companies you need to close your ranks frequently. Some companies do this every month, so every month you need to close your ranks. We don't have such terms and conditions, but I would like people who have been in a company in a leadership position to always remember that you're not just achieving it once and you feel like, okay, that's it, my job is done. This is something like a lifetime progress. Think about the person you love. It is not like you tell them once, I love you. You need to nurture this relationship. You need to tell that you love this person frequently. Not need, but like this is something what we do. We want to look after that person who we truly love. And we don't want our love to have any condition. We want to have like pure relationships based on pure love. Same in the business. So if you want to really like helping many people and add value, so it is not enough just to do it once, and then leave it as your achievement. If you really want to have a great impact onto the industry and keep helping people and leave a legacy, then this is something like you live with for your maybe the rest of the life if you wish so. So that's why think at your achievements at the company like a milestone, but don't stop there. If you've reached certain milestone, it's good to reach. Congrats yourself, but always move forward to achieve more, because there is not enough people that you can help. There is unlimited people who you can help. There are unlimited people who will always looking for the earnings, for the opportunities, for good company. There are unlimited number of people at the planet Earth who will be looking for the opportunities and go outside of this circle which they have today and the struggles which they might have today. So just think about it. Thank you. Back to our meeting structure. So the meetings can be divided into 3 groups. We have educational meetings, we have motivational and network building meetings. So introduction meeting, this is something which we discussed yesterday. When you have your personal meeting, which will include the presentation, and introduction meetings, they create a welcoming environment where prospects can learn about the products and opportunity. So what you will see on Saturday, it will be two webinars in one. First part, it will be a product presentation. So one of the homework will be to make sure that you can invite as many as possible new people to Saturday presentation. Then we're going to have 10 minutes break, and people specifically who would like not just to become a client and buy the product, but those who would like to go deeper and learn about the business, they will be welcome after 10-minute break to stay for another hour or so for MLCI training. And on that MLCI training, we will talk basic. What is MLCI, why this concept is new, what this concept can give people, and we will talk about the marketing plan, we will talk about earnings. And after Saturday presentation, you should have 2 types of people. One type of person who would be saying, I'm more keen to become a client, and this is where my journey stops at the moment. So these people will be interested to have updates about the project, and you send them updates frequently, you add them to the product related group, and you keep them updated. And the second type of person who you will have as a result of the Saturday meeting is the person who will come back to you and say, wow, Laura, I want to do the business. I like the idea of having side earnings. I like the idea not having a boss. I like the idea of not needed to put lots of inventories to start my own business. I would like to try. I would like to spend maybe a few hours per day to try to see if this business actually works for me or not. And for that person, you invite them for the training meetings, which is education on the network. And this MLCI Mastery Bootcamp, it goes under the training meeting label. So then you invite that person to next Monday, because from next Monday, we're going to run another round of the MLCI Mastery Bootcamp for next 5 days, but with different speakers, because we want to have a diversity and we want to have more leaders to start joining me for these meetings and trainings. And we have another circle again from Monday to Friday. And number 3, motivational meetings. These meetings will be for those who decided that they wanted to be involved in the product, they wanted to be involved into the business meetings, and now they need somebody to help them to grow, to motivate them. There's different levels of motivation in general, and we will not go much details in each level, but it's important at one stage at life to be there and help person, to motivate them, to give them external motivation force. But sooner or later, the person needs to have internal motivation force, because you cannot keep longer fulfilling your dream if it's somebody like pushing you or somebody kicking your ass. I give you an example. Let's say your partner tells you that you need to have a new car, and your partner is telling you this every day, every week, like, oh, our old car is bad, we need to have a new car. When are you going to buy a new car? Why is it taking you so long? Why the business doesn't work well? We need to have a new car because I need this. And you feeling stressed, you feeling like, motivation is there. You feel like, okay, honey, I will do my best for you. You will get the new car. Let me have another extra meetings. Let me be more efficient on the social media. We will have this car. Don't worry. We will have. I promise you, we will have. And then maybe 1 month finished, another month finished. And when your honey coming to you again and saying, where is the car? Your motivation can be turned to the negativity. Because if you don't complete this goal on time of what your partner expecting you, then this motivation will be your demotivation. Because instead of being motivated and say, honey, I will do, like, let me just go into extra meetings, you will feel like, you know what, it doesn't work. I don't want to, not the business, I don't want the car. Who can relate? Put the plus in chat. And this is important line, very important line. So you need to, when you start the business, you need to have somebody to motivate you, to be there for you, to help you. But sooner or later, your motivation should be internal motivation. It's not that you do something because somebody asking you, but you want this car because it's your dream. You want this car, and you will do whatever it takes for you to have this car, not because your partner is asking, because you dream about this. And you know, if it's not this month, then you will do everything what it takes to have in the second month or third month or fourth month, whatever it is. But this goal will be your motivation, internal motivation, not external. So that's why motivational meetings, they're important, they're crucial to start the business with. But you need to also help your partners to become independent. Because when they will become independent, when they will do the meetings by themselves, and they would be able to do introductory meeting independently and the trainings meeting independently, then their motivation will be switching to internal motivation. And they don't need you anymore. They don't need anybody anymore to tell them what needs to be achieved, because the person knows itself. And that's why we do the dream board. And that's why we work with the goals. So you have enough build up your internal motivation, so you know where you want to go and why. In the good days and in the bad days is the most important. Let's go to the next slide. So to summarize, so MLCI meetings outlook or planner could be something like this. So you do your own daily presentation to start growing your network and to practice skills. The more presentation you do at the beginning, the faster you will go from this being dependent to independent, from be a person who start, a person who can close next rank and to grow with the company. Because at the end of the day, there is a statistic says that in order for a person to be successful at certain skills, 10,000 hours needed to be invested in this skill. I'm not saying you that you need to spend 10,000 hours to be successful in MLCI. You can do your presentation with the first person, and this person could tell you yes at this straight away. It's happened, and I've seen this many times. But what I try to tell, it's practice. The more you practice and the more you do this presentation, whatever the number of the presentation is suitable to you, the faster you will learn the skill, the faster you will become more independent, and the faster you can grow your network. Because to do presentation one-on-one is the same effort as to do presentation 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 5-on-1. Same effort as to do the presentation and all the conferences. Which also, this is something as a next level of leadership, when you have enough knowledge and you know how to do introduction presentation and training presentation, then you can move into the local presentation and be the one who invite audience for the live events. And this is cool. I remember my first live event. It was, I was shaken. It's Arman supposed to be there with me, but last minute something has happened. He called me and he said, Mila, I'm sorry, I cannot make it. He was in Russia at that time. I was in London. And he told me, sorry, I cannot come, you by yourself. And I was like, what he mean I'm by myself? We just started business together. I thought that everything gonna be together. And now it's gonna be me by myself, my first ever live event. I was shaken. I was so worried, but it's returned to be as a bigger challenge for me, which then give me massive strength. So I'm really grateful to Armand to give me this opportunity actually to shine, to be there and to be able to do the presentation, because I had a choice. I wanted to cancel. I want to say, you know what? I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. I want to cancel. But there were people who invite their friends, their family. There are some people who came from like far away from the different countries. This was the presentation where Khalid happened to be in London on that presentation, my first live presentation. And look, 7 years later, we're still working together with Khalid. And how many people we touch live worldwide, not only in Oman, but worldwide, because he came on that first presentation, which I was like a chicken scared to fail. So that's why it's really important to grow with the company and to kind of go extra mile and be ready. But you need to start with your own presentation. You need to start building kind of enough numbers. You need to make enough mistakes in order for you to move forward. And mistakes is part of the process anyway. You cannot become successful without the mistakes. There is a saying, it's not about how much time you fall down, it's about how many times you rise back. So same with the business, do your own daily presentations as much as you can, depend on the time frame you have, and you will see how your skills will be turning into something beautiful, and you will be able to more freely to present, to train, and to motivate people. Number 2, weekly corporate presentations. So weekly corporate presentations, this is where we have a product managers presenting the product itself. For example, Saturday event, it will be Dennis as the product manager for our BGC token. And it also will be MLCI training, which will be done by one of the leaders. And I heard Giovanni, he will be the one who will do MLCI. This time, it's our amazing leader from Italy. So this weekly presentation, weekly corporate presentations, they will happen every Saturday. But again, in your regions, you can do them much more frequently. You don't need to wait for corporate presentation for you to conduct the business. You can start doing your own meetings every single day work with the people, and just invite them to meet with the product managers, invite them to meet with the leaders on Saturday, for example, because the presentations will be a bit longer and they will be diving into the product a bit more detail and into the business a bit more detail. And when you feel you have enough knowledge to do the big presentations yourself, then you don't need to depend on the corporate presentations anymore. You can create these presentations in your region at your language and at your preferable time, because this is how it should work. You should not work for the company to put the presentation. You should be hungry to learn, to grow, to earn. We are here for the business. We are not here for the charity. We are not doing all this because we have nothing else to do in our life. I appreciate everybody here is busy man or woman. So therefore, the faster you can grow to step number 1, and done many personal presentations, the faster you can go to the second step and become a person who can do a larger corporate presentation and choose the best time and the best language for your network, for your country, for your city, so you can have more people attending these events. Step number 3 is MLCI Mastery Bootcamp. So this is a 5-day intensive program, what we have today, and this will be coming for the next week, as I mentioned, and probably week after regionally. So we're doing this week, we have only a few speakers. Next week, we can have a variety of speakers and the different languages. And third week of MLCI Mastery Bootcamp, it should be done by local leaders, or for the top leadership council heads. They should be able to do these trainings at their own time, at their own language, all 5 days. When we achieve this, we can have a perfect duplication system on place, where we have enough support for the newcomers. We have a corporate presentations, people doing their own micro meetings on a daily basis. And then once we build up momentum, we will launch the leadership meetings, which is not on the slides because we don't have yet dates for this, but I'm looking forward within maybe next 3 to 4 weeks to launch a leadership, but this will be for people who are newly come to the company, who close the consultant run, because from consultant, this is where, remember our MLCI training, people can start building the business seriously. And we want to serve and help those people who wanted to be involved in the business with more leadership-alike trainings, because there are lots of things which we can learn. So what are you learning on these 5 days? These are 5 basic skills, but there is so much. It's like an entire iceberg. We only tap at the top, but there's so much yet to learn. Also, we have end of the month meetings, which are project-related meetings and update. They're usually done by product managers and our leaders when we talk about each project status updates, if we have any. And plus, we give some of the motivation for the business MLCI, because we do have new people who attend these end of the month meetings, and frequently people who learn about the projects, they wanted to be involved more. So therefore, we also have MLCI part at the end of the month meeting too. But the main idea of end of the month meeting is to give you some updates about the project. And big life events. Big life events, this is our dear eventi, which happened every year. I think only this year we have skipped for a certain reason, but big life events, they are important. This is where we create leadership conferences and we create MLCI professional trainings. We stay together at the hotel, sometimes for 3 days in a row. We do lots of work together with the groups. Like there are lots of feedbacks given, and people are like changing their life. Actually, after live event, this is where the magic has happened. You cannot compare the energy level at the Zoom events and live events. Live events, it's game changers. And I remember my first live event, it happened to be in Moscow when I came for our first project. It's Skyway Technology, and I met first Yunitsky. I met Andre for the first time. Armand, of course, was there with every single step with me. And I remember how when I come back to London after this event, my life was not the same anymore. I could not forget this people experience. I could not forget the vibe. And you know, something has happened during this event, which I don't know if I should share, but let's put it this way. There was a business training which I could not attend because I did not had any ranks yet. I did not build a business. I only been there as a client. And I remember my disappointment when I went there for the training. People look at me and say, "Oh, but you're not on the list. You cannot attend." And I was like, "What do you mean I cannot attend? I'm here. I came from London all the way to Moscow because I want to attend this bloody training." And they tell me, "Sorry, you can't, because like your entry level rank yet, you didn't build any business. So you need to first do a reach consultant, and then you're more than welcome to attend our trainings." And that for me, that's it. I thought, you know what? I will prove you that I can do this consultant in a matter of weeks, because in that time marketing plan was different, and I can prove you that I will be there from now on every single business training. It was, you say, external motivation. It was a big kick in my ass because I did not like the idea that I'm not welcomed. Like somebody told me, "No, you cannot attend." I came all the way, like, sorry, 4 hours flight, and I cannot attend the training. Like, who you think you are? This sort of emotions I had on that day, but it's really helped me to move me forward, because this disappointment turned into the big motivation. But attending live events, the live event was for everybody. So if the business training was only for selected people who close certain ranks, but open presentation, when I met Yunitsky, I met Andre, it was open for everybody. So that's why I came actually for more than conference than the training. So don't think that's like it was the misorganization. I came for reason because I wanted to learn about the project and to see people, to see if everything is real. Because even on that time, I knew there are so many companies who scam people who are in the market, and I want to be protected. I want to put the money into something which is real. So for me to have this proof that company are real and the people are real were a very massive step for me to move on with the project. So therefore, big event really changed my life. And we've been there with a few people. A few people came with Armand together. He introduced me to his few friends, and we had a really good time in Moscow. It was first live event, but this event actually changed my life. I can say this bold statement because after I come back, this is where I actually made decision that's, well, yes, I'm gonna stick to it. This is something I want to do. I want to fulfill this because there is something, I can feel it. There is something big gonna be out of this event. So therefore, live events are powerful. Put a plus in chat if you actually attended the live events and your life has been changed after this event. Perfect. Armand saying, I remember you were asking question about Neobium. Yes, it was the opportunity to ask question from the audience, and I prepared together with Lelda the cleverest, smart ask question, which I wanted to ask and see how project manager can reply. And I raised my hand and I asked this question, and everybody looked at me like, what is this girl asking some physics questions about some material which nobody has no idea what she asked for. But it was good experience. So it's another hint for those who want to do the business. Seriously, if you want a company CEO and high level to notice you, you need to do something to be noticed. This always the way how I've been in life, and maybe this is something personal, but always when I join any company for corporate business or any business entrepreneurship and had few companies on my own, I always would want to do something to not to impress, but to be remembered, to something which is people can say, hey, I remember her. Oh, this is the girl who did this and this, because it's important. It's important to stand out. So that's why I always use the opportunity to came across them, whether it's like your own company and you're meeting with the clients, with the potential clients, or if you are in an organization and you want to be noticed there, like do something not normal, do something which will outline who you are, and then you will be noticed much more, and this will help you to go fast track. So exactly, so another little tip like I shared with you. So let's go to the next slide. So here, a little plan which I'm offering you to have a look and to see if you can actually fulfill it. It's a little bit of challenge, but again, if you really goes into this business as something you want to perceive, as something you want to pursue, and you really seriously take an MLCI, then these 90 days could be the biggest breakthrough in your MLCI career. So the first 10 days. So the first 10 days of the freshly person could be entry course completion. It could be the basic MLCI, the action plan creation. It's very important to create the action plan, like what I want to do, what is my goals, pretty much. You can do the similar session with your newcomers about dreams. It could be something simpler, it could be something with your own examples, but I'm sure every single person here can explain dreams session. Can you actually put from 1 to 10? 1, you think its topic is too complex, and 10, you can actually explain to another person the importance of having a dream. Number 1, you think it's complex, you can. Number 10, you can. 10, 10, 10, 11. Absolutely. You see, like majority of the people, they can relate to this topic so much. So it's like listen a few times, recording if needed, but all of you should have enough your personal expertise in order to explain the topic about dreams. And this will help you to prepare your fresh team. So to help them to create the action plan. client list completion. Very important to have a client list. So your first 10 days in the business, it's not like you complete the client list within the 10 days. No, you do this at your day 1. Let's say you complete the course MLCI, and the next day you work with your dreams. Day number 3, or maybe even day number 2, depends on if you're part-time or full-time, you create your list. And you also know how to create the list. And if you struggle to explain how to create the client list, you can always find the recording of the day number 2, listen this again and explain, or do it yourself. So the minimum structure volume within 10 days should be 1,000 units. So what does it mean? In our marketing plan, you have a different level 1, level 2, level 3, and unlimited levels down. Within the first 10 days, you should have enough first meetings and presentations in order for you to close few sales. So the structure volume of 1,000, it could be we have 5 people who decided to go 200, 200, 200, 200, maybe 2 people who decided to purchase a package for 500, or maybe it's only 1 person who decided to go for the package of 1,000. And with our projects, we have today a variety from $50, from $10 in fact, up to a few hundred thousands. If you go for the higher packages, you can multiply them. So you have enough space to create the volume. So therefore, the first 10 days, 1,000 volume, this is just something really easy and little. It's achievable, and this will be your first taste to the business, that you manage to close sale, you manage to find the person who really understand, love the product, they have done due diligence, they see and they understand that they want to participate in the project, and they put the first money on the table. So the volume of 1,000 can be reached out of 1 person, or can be reached out of multiple people in the structure. Also, on the first 10 days, MLCI trainings and events participation. If you have the training like this, like a boot camp, then newcomers, they're very welcome. In fact, we created this training for the newcomers. Every single person is welcome to the training like this, but it's specifically altered for newcomers to make sure that they have a basic foundation, which is provided within the 5 days. And also recommendation to watch at least 1 book or 1 movie, motivational, which will really be something to keep you motivated, something to really give you some fresh perspective. We will talk about some of the attitude and resilience tomorrow, and we also have some recommendations in the books and a movie tomorrow, but this is something I really recommend you to do. I have every Sunday like a family day. I don't tend to do any calls or Zoom meetings anymore on Sunday, because it's sometimes it's too much, and it's needed to have at least 1 day off from everybody, just to be with the family. And we watch movies, you know, every night, every time we have like at least 1 evening to just watch the movies. So that's why for me, this is where I can reconnect to my family, but also to watch something motivational, something interesting to really keep me moving, you know, forward. So the 10 days, that's how it looks like. Do you think it's achievable? These first 10 days, you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. 6 points. Do you think it's achievable for a new person to have it? Cool, cool. Yes, yes. Thank you, Viryamai. Thank you, Sharon. Armand. Easy peasy. Very, Bob. Yes, I also believe it's achievable. And like, we didn't make them complex because, again, you don't want to put hard targets at the beginning, because if the person doesn't fulfill the first goals at the beginning, it's always will be like a demotivation. So it's better to start with a small, and there is a saying, let's eat elephant by pieces. I don't like idea of eating elephant, but it's nice illustration that you don't need to jump on entire picture right away, that you need to take the piece from piece from piece, and then you will put the puzzle together. So first 10 days, they look like this. You only need to have a look at this 6 points and try to duplicate this in your organization, that new people have this minimum 6 points completed by the end of the day 10. The next 30 days are more interesting because this is where it's already been extra 30 days, 1 month. So the person should have action planned and team goal setting, because you not work on your first level. So in this business, you're not working for yourself only. Remember Robert Kiyosaki quadrant. There are 4 types of people. People who are employee, people who are work solo entrepreneurship, people who do the business, and people who are investors. So here in MLCI, you are not solo entrepreneur. You are businessman or businesswoman. So you are a person who create the work for other people too. So you create organization. So therefore, at your first months, you should have some team. You should have somebody who will stand next to you, somebody who will say, you know what, I'm happy to help and will also want to be involved in the business. So therefore, action plan development and team goal setting. Number of the presentation within the 30 days should be from 50 to 150. Again, depends on your involvement. Some people do 5 presentations per day. Some people can do 2 presentations per day. Some people can do 10 presentations per day. When I learn how to do the presentation with multiple people, that I can do 1 presentation and invite 3, 4, 5 prospects, then my numbers increase significantly. But again, this is something you don't do at the beginning. You do when you have enough skills and you want to go to a bit next level. Also, the minimum structure volume should be around 5,000, because it's not your volume anymore, not your personal work, but your team volume, which will be maybe your level 2 or maybe even level 3. It's good to aim to have 5 agents in structure. With our today marketing plan, to have 5 agents, it's simple. Agents, they don't even longer need to create any organization. The agent is the person who just signed the agreements and they registered at the back office. So therefore, your new people who join, they all will be agents after they signed the documents at the back office. So your bonus earned, this is where it gets interesting. Your bonus earned should be around 300 up to 1,000, depends on the volume. The higher volume of the organization is, the higher your bonus. This is like comes together. The higher volume, the higher bonus. And we have unlimited bonus potential to remind you with, which means there is no ceiling, which means, again, for those who are hungry, ambitious, you only the one who tell yourself when you stop. If 500 a month good for you, then you can stop like doing presentation as soon as you reach a bonus 500. If it's 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, it's all up to you, which is another advantage of this business. Also, at the end of the day 30, you should attend and keep attending MLCI trainings and event participation, because you still considered as the new person in the business. This only a first month, the time will fly so fast. And also, recommendation is to read some business and investment related literature, because again, we are not just selling a simple product. For example, Eversend. If we only would have sell perfume, then we probably don't need much of investment related literature. But in our business, we are MLCI. We are people, clients, businessmen, and co-owners. So we have this investment idea attached to almost every single project which has been presented in our platform. So therefore, you need to also expand your skills and learn about business, financials, investment. You don't need to take this to the level when you need to know everything and be accredited into the different investment courses, but at least start with something small. Maybe again, it will be the movie you watched. Maybe it will be a book. Maybe it will be some short news reports on the YouTube from some Bloomberg or from any other investment related publisher. But there's something which you really need to have a look and start learning about the business and investment, because this is something will be very helpful in your career. And even regardless of your career at the Coinset, if you decided to do something else in life, these skills will be there for you always. The next 60 days. So the next 60 days, it's 2 months now, 2 months extra. leadership course completion. This is the time when you should be able to go through the leadership course, to do your first team trainings. I think I done my first team training. It was in the first months, actually. In the first months I done team training, but it's okay if you take it longer, because it depends on the people involvement, if you involve full-time or part-time. A number of private and team presentations should increase, because now it's not just you, the one who doing the presentation, but you have your team members who do the presentations as well. So this is where our business wheel, and a snowball, let's call it snowball, become bigger and bigger and bigger. In business MLCI, there is a snowball effect. Has been known. So when you start your business, you are there like yourself, right? You have like little snowball. It's you, very little one. But what happened with a snowball when it keeps rolling? What happened with a snowball if it's keep rolling on a beautiful snow area? Question for everybody. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself. What's going to happen to the snowball? It gets bigger. Thank you, Sharon. I don't see much responders on English chat. It gets bigger, and this is what is happening in the business. So you start with one person, then you go slowly, 2 people, 3 people, and then duplication kicks in. Remember the number game, and this is something you will learn on Saturday MLCI training, when we're gonna talk about magic of working 3-3-3, 4-4-4, 5-5-5. Remember these trainings for those who've been in the leadership positions? This is snowball effect in MLCI, when you're not longer doing the business yourself, but then you have another people who are doing duplication, who do exactly the same presentation, and in one day you can do maybe 3 presentations yourself, and your team member each can do between 2 to 5 presentations, and at the end of the day you can do as a team effort around 20 presentations. By yourself, you would not be able to do this, but with your team, you can. And what is interesting about the marketing plan, this is the clever part of it. If you look at the consultant, your first level, it's 8%, but your second level commission, it's 7%. It's almost identical for that reason, to keep you motivated, not just to do presentations yourself only. But imagine you have on your first level 5 people like you, or maybe not like you fully involved, but even if it's part-time, but they can do exactly the same what you do. So then all of a sudden, within the day, your potential earnings could be 5 times more, because now it's not you, the one who do the presentation and earn 8%. But it's another 5 people who can do their own presentation, and you will earn 7%. How good is it? Is it put plus? That's why the difference between first and second level is minimal, because this is this is the opportunity for entrepreneur mindset person to switch from solo entrepreneurship. If it was the hairdresser, remember we discussed this, if you're doing the business by yourself, you only have 2 hands, to the multiple or like serial entrepreneur, when you have many team members who's doing business together with you. So that's why the number of the presentation will increase dramatically when you will have a team to work with. The minimum structure volume could be 10,000 units or above. You could aim to have 5 consultants in your structure, and this will be the people who you build the business with. Your bonus could be anything from $600 to $2,000 a unit. So this is where, for some people, it could be decision to replace the main job. Because there are plenty of people today who work on their daily jobs, and they receive less than or approximately 1,000. Like in Europe, I know there are lots of people, like I have lots of friends in Estonia, for example, they work on the different jobs, and the average earnings will be anything between 600 to 1,000. So this is the third level, the 60 days, when within the 3 months of being in a business, you actually can make a decision to go to the business full time if you wish so, and replace with your job which you might not like. If you love the job, if you enjoy what you do, you want to keep it part-time, it's your choice. But this is the time when you should be able to make a decision to really go fully. And I remember myself when Armand approached me and he asked about, Mila, let's open the business in UK. On that time, I had another job, and I had a very successful job. I was moving to Singapore on that time. I had a team, and like I worked with a sales company, so I earned good commissions. I was okay. But I told myself, well, I'm looking for something else. I want a meaningful job. I don't want a job just for sake of making sales and close the deals. I want to really see the difference, and I want to be involved in a nice projects, and I want to have a mission which will help me to travel the world, to get to know different people, to be able to actually become a speaker, fulfill my own dreams by adding value and helping people all over the world to become entrepreneurs. I want to learn about investment. That also was one of my passions. And I give myself exactly 3 months. Like I told Armand very openly, and said, well, I'm happy to quit my sales job, because I know that I can always go back to the market and I can always find a job. But I give myself 3 months, up to 3 months. And if I see that after 3 months, it does not work, then I go back to the market. Agree? Armand said, okay, Mila, it's up to you. I will be here to support. And I did not come back, as you probably can guess now, to the market. I didn't find another job. I was there with the company, and I'm still here I am. But this 60 days was the time frame for me to really understand if I want to treat this as a serious business, or it will be a part-time hobby or part-time income. So that's why at your 60 days, this is the time when you should be also able to make this call if you want to go fully with the leadership, or you want to stay there part-time. But your bonuses should be enough for have, again, compared to majority of the countries, have a medium job paycheck. You should have also a local development plan, because this is where you start moving slightly, not just to work with your first few levels, but now you help your deeper level people to understand what is the business, and you invite them to these funnels which we created. And the previous slides, I explained you these steps. This is actually, could be viewed as the also sales funnel of MLCI. When you have your own conferences, you have corporate conferences, blah, blah, blah. So also by the end of the day 60, you should be able to manage in your own meetings and maybe trainings as well. And also to advise to keep learning about business, investment, and leadership, because leadership, it's another skill. None of us are born excellent leaders. Yes, the fact that we are born, it's already, reason to celebrate. Because in our biology, it was so many chances that it could be not us. It could be like another, I don't know how to call it without going into deeper into this, but I hope you understand what I mean. There are millions of sperms who has the chance to meet with this only one egg. And this one sperm, which is you, that's the one who met with egg. So you had millions of chances not to be born like you are today. It could be somebody else who met the egg of your mother, but it's your soul and it's you here today. So you're born already with enough to be a leader, because the sperm which met the egg, it's a leader because his was faster. He was the one who achieved the target and you haven't. But at the same time, we need to work on our leadership skills. Yes, we're born with so many skills we have, but it's up to us to develop them and to really become a true leader. So from your 60 days onwards, start looking into the leadership little oh my gosh, read books and literature about the leadership. And the last but not the least, step number 4, it's 90 days. 90 days. So you should go for level 2 detailed course. It could be MLCI professional. It could be any other course about the leadership. You should be a person who can mentor people in your team. The number of private and team presentations should increase, because now you should have enough people in your downline who also will be working as yourself. You could have your volume of the structure 20,000 and above, 3 managers in the structure, and bonus earned from 1,500 up to 5,000 units. Again, this is something this could happen, constantly if you have a big network. But the aim of this 90 days, that as a result of this 90 days, the cumulative bonuses could be this number, which is again, compared to traditional business, it's a senior manager position. There are lots of directors and heads of departments who earn up to 5,000 per month, and it's considered to be a very, very good salary. People work years, in many jobs, like day and night, in order to be able to achieve the managerial position with the possibility to have earnings like this. In MLCI, you can repeat these earnings, and you can increase these earnings over the time as you grow your organization. Also, 90 days, this is where you do your regional plan and individual team assignment. You can manage your own meetings and, of course, team trainings. Maybe it's a time for you to do the first regional conference. Can you actually put in chat within how many months you actually managed to do your first local conference, a live conference, where it was more than 5 people attended in one go? Was it within 1 month, 2 months? Maybe somebody taken longer than this? And in other rooms also would be good if moderators can put the answers. How many months you've been in a business before you put your first regional conference or local conference? Sharon put 4 months. 4, 1, 2 months, 3 months. You see, here we are pretty much within the statistics. I think my first conference also, like regional conference, I believe it was around 3 months as well, if I'm not mistaken. But this, like, we had quite big conference. It was over 100 people. But if you do the live event, more than 5 people also all presented in one go, this also counted as a local conference, because anything which is actually more than 2 people, it's a group meeting. And when group meetings are moving from your home to the place, external place, we call them different conferences. So it's amazing. It's amazing to see how many of you also done your first regional or local conference within first 3 or 4 months. Yeah, this is so cool. Yes. Sharon put message, Mila came to Perth in July 2017. This was the first time when we met. Yes, indeed, so many years ago, and we are here till today. It's amazing. You see, this company leave you, like lifelong connections. So let's it be like this. And the last bit, but not the least, is recommendations to go through some business leadership and investment related literature. Do this frequently. You don't need to do this every single day if you don't feel like, even though I'm sure you all read in chats, multiple chats every single day, Telegram, Instagram, social media channels. And we are the one who select what to read. For example, I noticed on Twitter account, I started getting some videos which were not interest of mine. So I was, opt out, log off, log in, and I start typing in a Twitter what I wanted to receive. So I spent only on those pages which I type. So for example, if I type entrepreneurship, I wanted to see pages related to entrepreneurship, not some random advertisement that sometimes they put and they ask you, do you like it or not? And I was like, no, this is not relevant. Get away from my from my screen. But you can customize your social media cookies to receive information which is useful for you. Of course, we need to have a time, like fun time, and to relax, maybe like to meditate or watch some silly movie without thinking about anything else to relax. But if we only use the social media for fun and it's not productive, and you will realize how many hours you spend on social media, then why not make it productive instead? Why not mix and make sure that your social media, it's something which give you knowledge, instead of you just browsing through some stories which might not even add any value. And you can customize again your cookies and your preferences, so you start receiving useful information on the same social media channels. So you will go through the pages of your favorite social media, but now you will receive some tips about the business, some tips about investment, some tips around what is happening around the world. And this will be much more useful, because we are what we feed our brain with. If we feed our brain with some rubbish, then that's who we will become, full of different rubbish. But if we feed our brain with with something which enlightens us, with positive, with something which is enlightened with our why and our dreams, then we can grow much more faster. And there are lots of opportunities to opt in for news channels which can be useful and add value to your learnings as well. So here we are. We went through the 90 days plan, from 1 to 10, where 1 it's too complex and 10 it's doable. Can you give me a rating for yourself? Would you be able to go through these 90 days yourself and complete, if not all, but at least some of these points yourself? Put 1 from 1 to 10. 1, it's difficult. 10, it's doable. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. And question number 2, do you think you would be able to explain this to another person? Would you be able to explain the person who's new to the business about this 90 days plan? Put 2, if you can. Explain this to other person. Perfect. I see lots of 1s and 2s in English chat, and I'm sure other languages as well. So this is how it works. This is MLCI. So pretty much now you learn all the main component of the MLCI business. You learn about also strategies. Today we only talk about practical implementation of how to market MLCI, how to market yourself using social media, using different sales panels. We talk about what is the power of the meetings and presentations. And we also talk about the 90 days plan, which you can take as a framework, and you're able to first do it yourself, be an example, and teach other people to do exactly the same. You can add your own bits and bobs to this plan. It's not it's not like brick and stone. It's good move, it's good alter, it's could be different, but the foundation is there. Like, this is something you can aim for. But it's, again, you're the one who decides, and you're the one who will go through this journey. We can just guide you, direct you, to help you, to be there together with you. But it's you the one who will take the steps, and you the one who will take and go through the journey which called life. Let's go to the next slide. So before we finish for the day, the homework. First, create a content calendar for a week. This is something I mentioned to you already when I was doing the recap for Sharon parts. So make sure that you can create the little content. So what would you post for the next week? If you don't know what post, please have a look at this training. Every single topic is potentially a new post. You don't need to repeat what it says in the training, but you can add your thoughts. What do you learn? What was your aha moment? What do you have done? What do you have achieved? And you have these trainings available for you. They're all in our groups. Take it, download it, start using it. And this is your content for the next, not even 1 week, but for entire months. You can use the content out of the slides. Just make it you. Don't just, I guess, copy the information from the slides, even though you can. It's there completely to assist you, but it's there to also, don't forget to represent you, because like in social media, as Sharon shared with us, we need to be transparent, and we need to not to pretend to be anybody else. Homework number 2, host your first MLCI business meetings. Applying the strategies which we learn, gather the feedback on your performance and areas for improvement. So it's time to move to the meetings. You should already have some first introduction to your potential prospects. Yesterday we learned how to do. Yesterday we also learned about first presentations and meetings. So now it's time to do them. Now you have your first 24 hours to think, to do the homework, to digest, but now it's action taken time. Don't sit too much on theory, because then the theory will be fading away. If you don't turn the theory into practice, you will see how each next day it will be lesser and lesser vivid. And then you can just lose all this excitement, all this freshly learned information if you don't implement it sooner. And last homework is to adapt 90 days plan for you. So what I gave you is a framework, but you can adapt this for yourself, setting your goals, setting your achievable goals, to making sure that you can fulfill your first 90 days plan. So who's ready to do this homework? Put in chat pluses. Who's really committed to go through this homework and really make it done to see the results? Because now it's practice. We're practically gonna implement what we learn, and you will see the results. Now it's time for move from learning to actually acting. And this is what the marketing day 4 is about. Now you need to go there and market yourself, market the company, market the opportunity, because you had all skills which you need. And I told you this yesterday, if you had only 3 days, it would have been enough for you to start building the business. Day number 4, today it's all about taking actions when you learn, and market yourself and market MLCI business. Let's go to the next slide. Here we are, another skill, marketing and MLCI unlocked. So congrats to all of you to being here. I can see same number of people who attended. We have same number of attendees in English room, and I hope nobody drops from other rooms. So congrats guys, your new skill unlocked. Now you have a skill of being a marketer in MLCI. You know how to do it, and you know how to turn your practice, your theory into the practice. And I would like to congratulate you on this one more time. But that's it from me. I see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a last but not the least day. It's amazing topics. Tomorrow we will work with the mindset. But for today, that's it from my end. There's Sharon. Thanks a lot one more time for being a co-speaker for today. I hope you all learn a lot, share your aha moment, keep doing your homeworks, keep supporting each other, and let's tomorrow meet each other at the same time, at the same place, for the last skills to be unlocked. You take care, guys, and bye-bye.